The day Alice returned to her country, she didn't tell her boyfriend Benjamin because she wanted to surprise him, but she unexpectedly saw Benjamin proposing to someone who looked exactly like her. When Benjamin saw Alice, he hurried after her to explain that he missed Alice too much these 2 years. So he found Jessica as a substitute and swore he only loved Alice. Alice was deceived by his oath and decided to give him a chance. Later, the two entered the hall of marriage. But after marriage, Benjamin not only didn't cut ties with Jessica, but instead kept her by his side. Alice lost all hope in him, so she went to the Civil Affairs Bureau to file for divorce. Unexpectedly, the staff told her she had always been single, but Benjamin was already married, and his wife turned out to be Jessica. When Alice learned the truth, she returned home in despair. She thought Benjamin had a hidden reason for doing this, but when she accidentally overheard Benjamin's conversation with a friend, she finally realized Benjamin had no hidden reason at all. He had simply fallen in love with both of them. Alice saw Benjamin clearly for what he was, so she went through the cancellation procedure and decided that after 7 days, Benjamin would never be able to find her. When Alice returned home, Benjamin immediately came up to her saying today was their anniversary, that he hadn't been able to reach Alice and almost called the police. Alice didn't expose him, she just coldly said sorry to him. But while Benjamin was cooking, Jessica called. He instantly became unnatural and used work as an excuse, leaving Alice alone at home and went to see Jessica. After Benjamin left, Alice drove after him wanting to see what Benjamin was really up to. Sure enough, Benjamin went to Jessica's house, and the two embraced passionately on the rooftop. Benjamin even said he would stay with her for a few days. Then he sent Alice a message saying he was going abroad for work, not knowing Alice was watching them from downstairs. 3 days later, Benjamin returned home complaining to Alice about how hard his work was, asking her not to be angry because he had prepared a surprise for her. Then Benjamin took Alice to the concert hall. Turns out he had invited Alice's favorite singer to sing just for her tonight. Everyone envied Alice for having such a perfect husband like Benjamin, but only she knew it wasn't true. When Alice sat down, she felt a sharp pain in her abdomen. Benjamin immediately realized that today was Alice's period. So he quickly asked his assistant to bring some period supplies, but unexpectedly it was Jessica who brought them. She slyly said that in order to deliver the items to Alice, she got drenched in the heavy rain, which made Benjamin heartache terribly for her. When Alice came out of the restroom, she actually saw Benjamin being intimate with Jessica. Alice was utterly shocked and accidentally knocked over a vase. Hearing the noise, Benjamin chased outside, but he didn't find Alice. Jessica said she was leaving because if she stayed any longer, Alice would find out. But Benjamin told Jessica to stay and even had her sit by his side. Benjamin held Jessica with one hand and forcefully pulled Alice with the other. Alice was disgusted by this and got up to leave, but Benjamin pulled her onto the stage and gave her a necklace worth hundreds of millions of dollars as a gift for Alice. Jessica was extremely jealous. She deliberately toppled the champagne tower, wanting to hurt Alice with it. But Benjamin ignored Alice and instead protected Jessica in his arms. As a result, Alice was knocked unconscious. When Alice woke up again, she heard Benjamin and Jessica flirting right by her bedside. Benjamin even forgave Jessica on Alice's behalf and let Jessica call him husband. Alice felt utterly disgusted and deliberately knocked over the water glass. Only then did the two stop. Benjamin explained to her that it was too chaotic at the time, so he mistook the person. Alice didn't say a word, she only looked at him coldly. In the following days, Benjamin kept taking care of her, but that day, Benjamin received a call from Jessica saying she was being harassed by some thugs, and then she hung up. Benjamin thought it was arranged by Alice, so he asked Alice where Jessica was. Alice had no idea what happened, but Benjamin didn't believe her at all. He furiously questioned Alice about where she was keeping Jessica. Seeing Alice refuse to answer, Benjamin said he hated scheming women and turned around to leave the room. At that moment, Alice received a message saying her cancellation procedure had been approved, so she went home and packed her luggage, threw her phone into the trash, and left the city that broke her heart. 3 days later, Benjamin was at the hospital taking care of Jessica when he suddenly realized Alice hadn't contacted him for 3 days. So he called Alice, but found he couldn't reach her at all. Only then did he realize something was wrong. So he hurried back home anxiously and found that everything of Alice's in the house had disappeared. Benjamin ordered his assistant to find Alice at all costs. When Benjamin returned to the hospital, he accidentally heard Jessica say that the thugs who harassed her were hired by herself, and the champagne tower was also deliberately pushed by her. The reason she did this was to drive Alice away so she could completely replace Alice. Benjamin walked in furiously. Jessica was startled and quickly said she was just joking with her best friend earlier, but Benjamin no longer trusted her. At that moment, the assistant uncovered the truth and brought the thugs who harassed Jessica. As soon as the thugs entered the room, they identified Jessica, saying everything was ordered by Jessica.